It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at All-Pro Devontae Adams. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Raiders and the Steelers, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. And they lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Henry again on second down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries, just keep giving it to him.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Pickett. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Johnson the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
They'll throw again with Pickett. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on third down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. There he goes, left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing, Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Keanu Benton. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, Pickett.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
George Pickens, his intended receiver there.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You look at this Raiders defense.
This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles. And It is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we hit.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Mayfield now from the 50, and he fires one incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and 3.
Mayfield now.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Alex Highsmith
racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's a handoff to Jenkins running left. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
1st and goal at the 1. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here.
Touchdown Raiders! Davante Adams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Back to throw. Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth.
No gain on the play. And it'll be second down.
Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Pickett.
And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Steven Nelson, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Open man, that's the tight end flyer move.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's this throw brought in here by Mayer.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Play fake. Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Henry up the middle. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Again, it's Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. T.J. Watt buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield off the play fake. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Pickett back to throw.
And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Pickett on 3rd and 1. That is caught.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1 in pass game. 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens.
26 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
2nd down, Mayfield. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, here's Pickett.
Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd down, here's Pickett. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Pickett.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Looking to throw, Pickett. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Steelers first down. They needed 3. They got 6. Plenty enough for the conversion on 4th.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says that the slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch? Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 68 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Off play action, Pickett. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw, Pickett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Dialing up another pass here, Pickett.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line.
Here's Pickett. This will go to Henry out wide.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll throw again with Pickett. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No 3rd down.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 3rd and 2. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And he's got it. Touchdown.
Darnell Washington
From 10 yards out.
And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now Austin. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
The Raiders heading out to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Mayfield on play action. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Austin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
To about the 40-yard line. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now a dump off here complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up
Here comes third and the length of the football. Pickett back to throw. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Pickett. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
Johnson's got it complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Back to throw. Pickett.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Pickett now, 3rd and goal.
This is caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mayfield.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
That one a first down pickup of 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Mayfield on first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Mayfield to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mayfield.
And that is incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 54-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never.
And my goodness, another interception. picked off by DeMonte Casey. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
Inside handoff, Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Pittsburgh, they get their 6th win of the season against 10 losses.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.